Today we're going to be adding the toggle for set size and whether the window is going to show on or off when we log. We'll start in the script editor, the B window class methods. Here we're going to make some changes to our load window locks function. We're going to add win as class B window info. And we're going to set it to 3 different ones for our 3 checks here. We're going to set it for the chat window first, char bwin info with the chat window. We're currently going to set that the bwin toggle to true to set it on so that we have an initial value when it opens. We'll then write our function that's going to stay in here, so we'll check if it's true, and if it's true it will start it, and since it currently will be true, it'll go in and start it for us and give us an initial value. Then we'll call the save window in order to save that value for our chat window. The next one we'll do is the minimap. Set its toggle to true, check the toggle, start up the mini class method start, and we'll have a save window info with the minimap selected. The next one we'll do is our status window. Here we're going to just set the win toggle to true, B window to true. This one will have call the update char from the status bar. We'll input a char value from above, and then we'll call the save window so that it saves this value. What this does is initialize these 3 windows that we currently have staying on all the time, instead of having them no value and they won't show. In our set GUI window locks, we're going to add something similar. Info as class bwin info. Here we're going to have equals the char b window name, so whichever one is currently coming in is going to be set for our info. This info will be able to replace char bwin info name in different locations. It'll be for our checks, we'll have 2 here. In our setting the X and Y position, we'll have 2. And then we'll save it out after it goes through this section. Char bwin info name equals info. Then down here where we set the position, we're also going to set the size using the info. We're going to have b size x equals info bwin size x. Same with the y. After we're done with adding those parts, we're going to compile and submit. Next, we'll move into our char status bar. Here we'll make changes to the on mouse drag. We're going to change adding in the info as class, bwin info equals info name, just like the other one. We're also going to add in the save for it. Changes will be the info here and here for setting position. And in the save part, we'll change the info here. In the set window loc, we're going to add this basically the same thing. Info is class bwin info equals our char name. We're going to substitute in info in the 2 checks in this position, and we're going to save it out and substitute down in the set position. Next, we'll open the B minimap class methods. Here we're going to add to the toggle map window. It might say exit. We're going to change that to map. We're going to add variable char equals miscellaneous utils get char pointer. So we're pointing at our character. This will be used for getting data. Char b1 info name. We're going to set our name equal to minimap, or rather add our info b1 toggle equals false when we turn the window off, and when we turn it on, info b1 toggle equals true. Then we'll save our info back to b1 info name and substitute. If we don't have this, add the save here, save window info, and info here. Next we'll go down to the mouse drag function, and we'll add in our info here, b1 info, set it equal to char name, substitute our two values here, info, and then we will save it and change the info here. In the window look, very similar. Going to add in our info from the name, substitute in the infos here, substitute the two change numbers, and add our save. And the set position will have two more here. Next we'll look at the B chat window class methods. Add in our toggle. It will be the same thing from the minimap at the toggle. We're going to add these three lines, and then add in chat window in the string. We're going to add the toggles in for the turning the value true and false. We're going to add in the save the information, and then send it to the server to save the window info. Next we'll go down to the mouse drag function, and here we're going to add in three lines, the info, save function, we'll set it to info. We're going to add in the resize value. The chart, if target name equals B resize, the name of the GUI that's currently holding that. Here we're going to set the info B win size X equals the rounded value of our float target root parent equals size X. We're going to do the same thing for the Y value. Info B win size Y, rounded target root parent size Y. On the target up here for the GUI control, we're going to take the initial value and remove the root parent. It's just going to be arg source. Then here for the main window section, we're going to set target equal to that arg source root parent. And we're going to check our target name to be at the chat window. If it is, then we'll set our position X's and Y's. And we'll change the value to info. Once we've done the resize in the main window, we'll save out our chat window from the info coming in, and then save it onto the server side. Info there. Okay, if we haven't already, we're going to go to player account and comment out the call to the status bar update jar and the chat window start. These won't be needed in this area anymore. Then we'll go to our window here with the character. We'll hit escape. We can log out, log back in. This will set our initial values with our toggles so that the windows are toggled on currently. Then we can go into our script, B window class methods, and we're going to comment out the changes for the toggle and the save to server. They no longer need to be initialized since they now have that value. We'll just be able to run the checks. So we'll save and compile and submit. Then we go back to our window, and we can bring up our exit window. We'll log out, log back in, and the windows will be there. Next, we'll test the location setting. So we can grab our windows and move those slightly. Let's also expand with our resizer here on the chat window. Then we can hit our escape, log out, and it should remember these locations and the size of the chat window. Log back in, and the sizes, locations are saved, the size is saved. And next we'll show the toggle here. Hit the escape window, the options, and toggle off the mini map. We'll put these approximately wherever we want them. We'll log out, back in, and it remembers the mini map is not currently on. We hit escape, we can bring it up and clear it off. Memory location still memorized. And that's our tutorial for this part.